Happy Super Tuesday! And boy, this campaign has really gone off the rails, hasn't it? I mean, it's become an insult comedy contest. It's become a street fight, a brawl, a barroom brawl with the candidates taking broken beer bottles and hitting each other over the head. Look, there are some issues here, of course, but now we have Marco Rubio changing strategy, going after Donald Trump, making fun of his small hands, making fun of his makeup, his spray tan. And at the same time, we have Donald Trump calling him Little Marco, reference to his height, and talking about the sweating and the drinking of the water. I can't completely blame Senator Rubio for trying to play on Trump's turf, because obviously the way in which Trump has mocked and belittled his opponents one after the other, low energy Jeb, nasty guy Cruz, and all of that has worked for him. But it is a dramatic shift in tone, because Rubio has been saying up until a week ago, this is not his style. He doesn't want to get into negativity. He is not in this race to attack other Republican candidates. But in a presidential campaign, you do what you got to do. And with Trump having won 3 straight contests and ahead in most of the Super Tuesday states, obviously Ted Cruz may win his home state of Texas at least, it is crunch time. And Rubio has decided that he is going to try to beat Trump at his own game. Cruz also has, while trying not to make it too personal, has felt the need to aggressively respond to Donald Trump. And then we have this wild card with the David Duke business. Now, I was watching when Chris Christie came out to endorse Donald Trump, and a reporter asked a question about David Duke. I mean, who cares about David Duke anymore? All the guy's trying to do is get publicity, endorsing Trump or saying he would support Trump for president. And Trump said, I disavow that. But then over the weekend, he was asked about it again. He was asked about it a couple of times by CNN's Jake Tapper. He kind of deflected the question by saying he didn't know enough about David Duke and whatever other groups Tapper was referring to. Then he went on the Today Show yesterday and blamed it on a bad earpiece. Couldn't totally hear the questions he said. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know, Trump doesn't want to be associated in any way with Duke or the KKK. And Joe Scarborough had been somewhat sympathetic to Trump's candidacy and certainly giving him his due, totally going off and saying this was disqualifying and really ripping him both on MSNBC and in a column in the Washington Post. I suspect, I don't know this, but I suspect that Trump wanted to make news on his own terms, that he didn't want the headline to be Trump disavows David Duke. And, you know, it is something that the press tends to ask of Republican candidates. You know, this extremist said he likes you. Are you prepared to disavow? On the other hand, I think it's become enough of a distraction for Trump that he needs to clean this up once and for all. Don't think it's going to affect the Super Tuesday outcome, although you never know. And if Donald Trump wins, 10 states, and Cruz wins Texas, and Rubio finishes second or third in every other state, well, we'll probably see more insults, but it will also be at a point where it will be harder and harder for the press to say that Donald Trump can lose the Republican nomination.